Hi everyone, this is Disha Dioxide and you are watching CEO Secrets, what made them successful and how we can make it. Today I am here with Santosh Gundapi, who is the youngest CEO of AT&S India. Today we will hear about his journey and his experiences. Was your path to success easy, sir? Was it luck or was it hard work? Was it a combination? What was it, sir?
There is nothing like an easy path for any of the leader, to be honest with you. Whenever you look at any of the leaders, they are not struggled, but they put a lot of efforts to get into that position. It is same for everyone.
Yes.
And the path to success will never be easy. You need to be putting a lot of your efforts. You need to determine, you need to sacrifice yourself, and end of the day, you need to be very clear on what you want to achieve and then run behind it, basically.
Yes.
And that is what is the secret of success also. As I mentioned to you earlier also, the leadership quality is basically you need to come from yourself, within yourself. And the good part of you here is you need to make sure that your team is comfortable with you. And that is how you get a success at the end of the day. And if I look back my career path, basically, I started as an graduate engineer trainee, and then a lot of hurdles were there end of the day. Most of the times you overcome with your efforts. At the meantime, you take the team along with you. That is the biggest secret, what I can tell it by myself. Always I got a wonderful team to work with, and they supported quite well. It is never an individual performance which makes the company pride or which makes the things happen. It is always about a teamwork and how you engage your team and then make sure that the team is really working for you. That is how you get a success in a company.
Did you ever feel like giving up when you faced an obstacle? And if you did, what kept you going, sir?
As I said, one of the biggest strengths of me is never give up. That is what has been taught by my leaders, my mentors, my lecturers, my school teachers. That one attitude and the aggressiveness, basically, I am too aggressive. Sometimes my teammates also tell that you are too aggressive because you keep really hard targets. Sometimes I push the team to the wall. Why I push them to the wall is basically we want to get the best out of them. Basically,
Yes.
we are very sure that if one of my lecturers used to keep on telling me, the word impossible itself tell I am possible. So that is how I also believe in it. Whenever you get a hard targets or management gives a hard target, sit for a minute and then think, okay, we are at this level, and then how to get into the next level, and what they are asking is really realistic number, and how to achieve it is a question mark. Whenever anybody gives you a target, even the management also doesn't know basically how to achieve it. If you know how to achieve it, then that's not really an ambitious target, right?
Yes,
Many people will call it an ambitious target because where you need to put your efforts and then you need to come out how to achieve it. So accept the target, accept the ambitious target, and start working towards it, and bring the entire team towards in that direction. That is what is your goal. And if you know how before you start achieving the target, then in my opinion that is not an ambitious target. So know how is not known, but still you're working on the targets, and then take the team into a confidence level and give them a target. Like example, if you're fixing any of the, we call it as key performance indicator. Okay. Let's say you are at 90%, you want to reach 95%. You don't know how to reach it. Then you form a kind of small teams and then tell them, guys, no, if I want to achieve overall company as 5%, so each one of you have to, or each department has to bring 1% efficiency. So sum it up together, I'll achieve 95%, right? So how to divide that entire company goal into the smaller department goals, from department goals to the individual goals. So then unite them together. If I sum it up, the individual performance indicators, that should reach the entire plant goal, right?
Yes.
So that leadership skill has to come, and then you need to take team together along with you. So that is how you can solve a lot of problems. At the meantime, you can achieve your strategy. That makes me never give up attitude. Once again, it comes back to the first character, what I have been taught. Never give up attitude. You need to bring it in entire team, not only within yourself. So they should believe in the target. They should believe in and trust in you, and they believe that it is achievable target. And automatically, when you bring the entire team into the direction and the strategy, and they align to your vision, the marching towards goal is not only the CEOs or COO's responsibility. It is the entire team responsibility. But most of the organization, it is very difficult to communicate the entire vision, split it into the small groups, and then individual performance. That is most Herculean task. So they need to understand why the individual performance indicator is important for the company goal. Company goal cannot be achieved if they don't achieve their individual goal. That must be made them clear, not only communicating what needs to be achieved. It is most important to tell them why they need to achieve their goals and how it is impacting the overall company goal. Then automatically things will start rolling around.
Okay. What was your biggest obstacle, sir, and how did you overcome it?
If you look at my career path, entire career I worked at AT&S. So basically it's an Austrian-based company, an European company. One of the major obstacle what I see in the company is we worked in different countries, and the parent company is in Austria, the headquarters is in Austria. The culture is different, the mentality is different, the requirements are different. When an Austrian really talks to you, like example, either it is yes, no is no. And sometimes we make like yes, no, you know. They get very much confused. For us, even if we are not agreeing, still we'll say yes. For them, yes is real yes. That means you are agreeing to the topic what you're discussing. For us, just for the sake of making him satisfied,
We say
our engineers or our Indian people, they say yes to the most of the times, basically. And that is one obstacle that still we are putting a lot of efforts to overcome it. If you cannot assume that you cannot meet the target, or if you are not agreeing to the topic what I am talking to you, you can also tell no to me. No, because of this reason. And that boldness is not yet come. And this is what I call it as an intercultural differences, basically. Because we Indians sometimes think that no, if I say no, how does he feel? How does she feel?
Yes.
And they think in a different angle. For if you are saying yes, they assume that you are completely agreed to it if you are not asking any questions. So whenever it is in a small project or medium project or a bigger project, when we are interacting with different cultural people, we always tell our people, if you are not comfortable or if you have any questions, then ask the questions and get it clarified. There is no need to say yes to it where you cannot achieve the things. That is still I am having this obstacle in the plant. You need to tell the people very clearly and very boldly what is the content and then how you want to communicate it, basically. Especially this works well within the company when it comes to a kind of knowledge transfer or a technology transfer from one company to other company, one country to other country. This is a major obstacle that we're having it. We are having a couple of sessions basically to overcome this obstacle. How I overcome this obstacle, maybe I can tell it like, I also worked in Austria for 4.5 years. So in these 4.5 years, when I was physically also working with them, basically I also led a small team of around 8-9 people in Austria. So I was responsible for Austria, then Korea and India plant for customer quality. Then you interact with the multinationals. Then automatically you understand what is the requirement when every day you're discussing with them. This interpersonal skill or the intercultural skills cannot be taught only in the classrooms. So you need to experience it. You need to stay with them, you need to experience it, then only you will understand it, what is happening. So this is one good advantage for me, basically, is I can understand the moment they tell what is the requirement and what does they mean in terms of the requirement. And sometimes this is a one hard factor in most of the multinational companies. They try to incorporate their own country CEOs, right? That is because they want an easy connections. Even we do the same thing, right? Indians, okay.
Yes.
Within India, like example, if Kannadigas and Kannadigas meet, what we do is, okay, I'm more comfortable with him.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So that if that overcome has to come out from each and every individual. That can come only when you get exposed yourself to the multicultural environment. And it's very fortunate that at least in AT&S we got that kind of multicultural open atmosphere. They're open, they're frank, they're straightforward, there is no hindrance to talk. So that kind of culture at least we develop within the company, so that each and every individual now is coming out of this closed mindset, I call it as, and they're openly discussing with the people. And how we do it at AT&S is we have got functional responsibilities. Like example, if you take a quality as an one department. Okay, the person will report to the organization. The disciplinary boss will be in India, but the meantime, the functional boss also sit in somewhere in Austria or in China. So by doing that activity, you are interacting with two different people. That over a period of time, you understand both the requirements. That's the reason I'm telling the cultural mindset change will not happen by sitting in the classroom. When you interact every day, so automatically you will start understanding over a period of time. And this is one of the major problem for most of the multinational companies which they are facing in India.
What sacrifices did you make to reach your current position, sir? Like nothing comes easy, as you said. You have to sacrifice something. You have to take something. So, what sacrifices did you personally make?
If you ask me, frankly, sacrifice is a too big word. And I have never done any sacrifice in my life to get into this position.
Okay.
Sacrifice for me is something like a soldier standing in the border, and then he's really betting his life to safeguard all of us. That is sacrifice.
That is sacrifice.
Okay, standing at minus 5 degrees Celsius and securing our life is a sacrifice. What we are doing is really not a sacrifice. It's our passion. For me, coming to the company is a passion. Many people tell, okay, CEO job or let's say director job, it must be very stressful. For me, it is not stressful in my point of view. The life has become so now, if I don't get the problems on my table, then I feel really stressful now. What is happening? Everything is running so smooth. So that is the level you reach over a period of time. So what I mean to say is, if you start enjoying your job, it becomes a passion for you. The moment it becomes passion for you, there is no stress. So for me, if you ask me frankly, I have never sacrificed anything to come into this position. Yes, there are some small incidents. I don't call it a sacrifice, but the adjustments, what you need to do it in your life. Like example, many times my daughter keep on cursing me because most of the times I'll miss her school function days, I'll miss parents teacher meeting and so on. Or I'll promise her something that no, today evening I'll come and I'll take you out. But unfortunately, there are some business meetings will get scheduled in the evening because we also deal with US customers. Then normally sometimes it will suddenly get scheduled at 8:30. Then you promise to your daughter that, okay, 8 o'clock I am taking you outside. But unfortunately, you have to give it up, right? That is not a sacrifice, but at the end of the day, you need to do a lot of adjustment in your life to get aligned to your company goals. Because for us, it is always the first priority comes as the company. And still my wife keep on telling me, your company is your first wife, I am your second wife. Yes, that is true. And I tell it very boldly to her, yes, that is my bread and butter. And my company is my first wife and of course your second wife.
What are 3 unique skills that you have personally that made you successful, according to you?
Good. As I said, the first unique skill I am having is never give up. Second thing is aggressiveness. And third thing is basically the hard work. So these are the 3 characters always inherited in myself based on looking into my leaders above in our organization. As I said to you, the never give up attitude is coming from the childhood days. Okay. Yes. And that's the reason I like too much of the sports. The sports is one thing which always teach you never give up. Even if it all, like example, you might have seen cricket, right? So even if it all it is 300 runs, even 150 or 5 or 6 down, still there is a ray of hope. Okay, we'll still win the match, right? That is a ray of hope. You know that you have lost all your batsmen, but still there is a ray of hope that even these people can score. That is a confidence level that you are having it, and many matches has turned around, right? Yes. So by looking into them, you feel you get a feeling that I should not give up at any given point of time. Still, I need to achieve my goal. And the second one, I told it basically hard work. Hard work always pays off. What I mean the hard work here is, whenever you are working in a project or in any of the environment, you are working on some strategy. And sometimes it may fail, basically. At the meantime, you still keep on your hard working in the right direction. Over a period of time, you will definitely get success. As I said, the successor will never get a success at the first time. Yes. So most of the times, first time will fail, second time will fail, third time will fail. But you be persistent on what you want to achieve until you achieve your goal. And the third thing, I call it as an aggressiveness. Aggressive is required in the business because nowadays the market is changing so rapidly. If you are not aggressive, your competitor will take
He'll
I
take
guess
your place.
basically. So if you need to be aggressive into the market, if you want to be in the race, so these are the three qualities that we need to develop in order to get success in the life.